Maybe he never knew.
Hi everyone. Okay, I'm actually waiting for a few more to be here with us. So can we wait another 5 minutes before we start? Thank you. Okay, good evening everyone. I'm going to start tonight's presentation. So firstly, I will introduce myself. I'm Pearly. So today you are here at A3Vest. Do you know why you are here today? Don't know. Okay, one don't know. Who else don't know that you are what you are here for today? So everyone knows except for you. Okay, no worries. I will guide you through the whole presentation. Hey everyone, I'm going to start tonight's presentation. Yeah, mute. Because if you are on my live, so you will hear it. Okay, so okay, tonight is our usual weekly supper club. We call this. So that's where we will actually share the crypto night, whereby we share everything about cryptocurrency. Okay, so for a start, I will share with you what our students have already done. Cannot see me. Don't need to see me. See the slide. So small. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. Can see my slide. Can see my slide.
Your slide, this I cannot see.
On Facebook cannot see. Okay. Good. No worries. There will be some lag because what we have here in live lesson here is live, but whatever is online is there will be a bit of lag. Okay. Yeah. So today we're going to share about crypto. Okay, I will explain to you why crypto, and I will also share with you what we actually have in line for the future as well. So before that, I need to share with you what our students have already done. Okay, who are new? I want to see a show of hands. Maybe 1, 2, 3, just 3. Yeah, so the rest actually have already started to trade, right? Am I right? Yes, so I usually will do proven track records for those. Okay, this is not working. Sorry. Why is this not working? Give me a minute. I share screen already. Okay, I think I will have to. Wait. Yeah, I already shared screen, so that's why. Screen change, yeah. Okay, so this is our track records for the past 2 to 3 months. So we started in April. I can hear myself somewhere. Okay, so this is Safe Moon. Who knows Safe Moon? Are you familiar with crypto? The newcomers? No. Okay, so anyway, Safe Moon is one of the quite a popular crypto if you were to know the crypto world. Okay, so this is what we have done back in April. So from April 11 to the 21st of April, 10 days, we managed to profit 5 times profit. Okay, so this is another one, Shiba and Akita. Okay, this one we profit about 2.8 times in 3 weeks. This is longer, 3 weeks. Okay, FLM, that's another token. This one is lesser, 22.5% in 1 day. Okay, further down, I will go slightly faster because we have a lot of testimonials. So you just need to look out for how many days and how many percent, and look out for an average of how much they have done. Okay, and these are the different tokens that they have actually trade with. So Lynch, 26.26% in 1 day. So it all depends how much you fund in. There is no minimum amount. You can put in as low as $10, but of course you won't be seeing a lot. Okay, so even if you put in like $50 is also fine. But if you profit maybe like 10%, so you only get like $5. Okay, so you don't expect it to be too much. Okay, Matic 77.78% in 4 days. Okay, ENJ 17.3% in 1 day. Okay, this is another crypto, but this crypto is not found on exchanges. It is only found on swap, which is what our basic students are learning right now. Okay, today what I'm going to share is the different courses that we have, from foundation to basic to intermediate to advanced. Okay, so this is what the basic students will be able to do. On exchanges, those with us for foundation, you'll be able to start already. Okay, so this one is 1.8 times 12 days. Elon Gate, okay, I want you to look into this carefully. So Elon Gate was done by myself. On the 19th of April, I buy in 9 BNB. Who knows what is BNB? What is BNB? Binance token. Okay, so I buy in 9 BNB. 12 days later, I sold 7.97 BNB. Theoretically, did I profit or did I loss? Loss. 9 in, 7.97 out, so is a loss. But I was very lucky because Binance token price increased. So when I saw that the price increased, I saw my total amount was higher than my initial capital. I immediately do a withdrawal, and I still managed to profit $447. That is because Binance token price went up. That's where I actually make the profits. If the price of Binance token remain, I would have made a loss. Okay, so this one is a bit more complicated. As you go along, you will understand if you start to trade. Okay, so this is done by Albert. He bought Binance token last year, November, just maybe about 5-6 months ago. So 6 BNB at the price of $28 per BNB. Who knows how much is Binance token today? 31 something. Okay, so let's say at this price that he buy today at 318, how much has he made? Still a lot. Okay, but back in April, he sold 1 BNB at 350, 2 BNB at 450, 3 BNB at 550 each. So in total, he profited 2732 US dollar, USDT. Okay, he did not cash out, but instead on the 23rd of May, he buy in again at $240 for 5 BNB tokens. So he bought at 240. Today is at 310. Let's say, is he still profiting? Yes. So previously, from November till April, he already profited 16 times. 5 months, 16 times. Can you wait 5 months? Is it okay for you to wait 5 months? If it's okay for 16 times, not 16%, it's 16 times, I still think it's very okay. Yeah. So, but it's up to individual. Some people don't like to wait so long. Some only want to trade maybe within 1 week or 2 days or even 1 day. So it all depends how much you want. Okay. So for him, yeah, he just want to put and let it be. Okay. So next, Bitcoin. Everybody know Bitcoin. So Ali traded on Bitcoin, profit 12.5% in 2 days. So practically it's like 6% a day. So same person, he funded in ENJ, 21% in 3 days. Matic, 5 days, 66%. Same person, Matic, 2 days, 100%. There is a possibility that it can do this if the market moves. Okay, so Alfred Cardano Ada, 24.5% in 5 days. Alfred, he did on Polkadot. Who knows Polkadot? 4 days, 40.9%. Okay. Bitcoin again, 11%, 6 days. But this is 6 days. So it all depends when you enter the market, how much you can make. Okay, Matic again, you will see a few very common cryptos that we always trade, because those are the ones that we have more confidence, and that is how we actually get all the students to buy in at the same time. But buying in at the same time doesn't mean at the same price. Then we actually have a special group chat whereby we will also assist every one of them to exit the trade. But it also depends on individual how much they want to earn. So that one I'll come to that later. I'll explain to you how we actually exit a trade on your own account of how much you want to make. Okay. So Maker, there's another token, 8.69% in 2 days. Still very good, 4% a day. Okay, ENJ, 8 days, 24%. Same, ENJ. Okay, ENJ. See, you see different people doing the same token around the same time. But the percentage is different because they enter differently, they exit differently. Okay. Uni token, 9% in 3 days. PTG, 36% in 19 days, you see. So sometimes you might need to wait quite some time. Okay. Ethereum, this one should be quite popular, so you should know. 8.33% 1 day. This one within the day itself, 5.26%. Okay, 18% 1 day. Sushi token. I only know, I mean, all of you should know what is sushi, right? But this is a sushi token. Okay, big. 1 day 10%, 1 inch, 1 day 10.5%. EOS, 2 days 4.5%. Cake, 1 day 10%. Ethereum, 3 days 14%. Okay, this one just to share with you. This person is actually using his own exchange to trade. On top of the one that I teach, Binance and Huobi, he actually used crypto.com to trade. If you have crypto.com, you can trade on it as well. Okay, not necessary that you must follow what we do. Okay, so Ether 12.5% in 1 day. Ether again 22% in 2 days. ENJ again 20% in 3 days. Ether, see 25%. So some of them can actually do higher, but you see she waited longer, 6 days. Okay, 1 day. So now, did you manage to catch how many percent a day averagely? How many percent? Okay lah. So for me, I will not promise such a high percentage. I will still say easily we can do 5% a week. 5% a week, how many percent a month? 20% a month. So if we are good to catch at the correct market time, we can do 10% a week. That will be how many percent a month? 40%. Okay, but most importantly, this money that you fund in to trade, you do not fund it with me. You do not fund it with my company as well. Where do you leave it? Binance, in your own wallet, in your own exchange. So if, touch wood, that is everybody's concern. What if your company closed down? What if my company closed down? What if I leave the company? What happens to your money? Still inside your own wallet. Unless Binance closed down. Then that will be a issue. But ask yourself, will Binance close down? That you have to check how strong Binance is. Then you will understand. It's not for me to tell you, it's for you to go and find out. But I can only tell you, Binance and Huobi, they are worldwide #1 exchange for crypto. So it all depends on you. Okay, so anyway, with all the track records that we have done, my students have done, okay, will you be interested to know more? Will you be interested to do the trade on your own? That's the question that I want to ask. Who is not interested? You can leave the room. Don't want to force you. Okay, so as the usual questions that people always ask me, okay, can anybody and everybody do it?
Yes.
Can?
Yeah.
Can? Can?
Yes.
So I can say those students who really come for class with us, maybe first time they cannot execute, they are still blur. By the second time, they will be able to execute trade already. Okay, so anybody, everybody can do it. It's just whether you want it or not. Okay, so next, how much to start? That's the usual question that I always get. How much do I need to fund in?
As little as $10.
As little as $10. It's totally up to you. Okay, each and every one of you, everybody is different. Okay, maybe some people can risk 10,000, 1,000, 100, $10. Okay, because we have students who tried lowest $30, still managed to trade, still managed to make. Okay, so next, how much do you want to earn? This question only you can answer yourself. I cannot make that. I cannot give you the answer. Okay, but I can only tell you what we can do is minimally, averagely 5% a week. If you consistently do the trade, you don't sit at home, don't do trade and expect the 5% to come to you. There's no such thing. Okay, you go to work, you need to spend time and effort, right? So that your boss will pay you money, right? Same. Here you have to put time and effort, then you get the trading profits. Okay? So next, where to start? Where to start? You need to set up exchanges. So we will be here to teach you how to do so. From the very scratch, from the very start. We will hold your hands and teach you how to do it. Okay? Is this easy?
Yes.
Before you know, you'll find it very difficult.
Yes.
After you know, you'll find it very easy.
Yes.
Okay. This is everybody's concern also from the start. Can or not? Beginning, you will definitely think that you cannot. But as you come for our classes, you will know that you definitely can do it. So over here in A3Vest, the classes are unlimited times. So the first time you come, you cannot understand, never mind. Keep coming back until you can understand. Okay, I will not shoo you off, but I will always welcome you back and join in the class. Make sure you understand before you really go back and do it yourself. Okay? When you don't understand, please don't do it because you might lose money. Okay? So lastly, how to start? It's very simple. All you need to do is just join us. Join our community at A3Vest and you can start. That's simple. Okay? So join our community. Why? Why do we want you to join our community? Let's say today you come for a lesson. You pay for a lesson. Example, you pay for a $1,000 lesson. Come for 3 days class. Example, after you go home, you don't know how to execute. What's next? Can you come back for the class again? No. Usually in the market, you can never repeat the class. Can you ask anybody? Will the teacher entertain you again?
No.
No. So over here in A3Vest, you can come back as many times as you want. You can come back to me as well personally. On top of that, we actually have a exclusive group chat for the traders to discuss all your queries. Or maybe you have any new tokens that you want to share, you can overshare in the group. So over here, you are not alone. We are a team, we are a community. We work together. Okay, we earn together. That is what we built. today. Okay, so that's why this is what we want, the community. Okay, so next I need to share with you our roadmap. A3Vest roadmap. Okay, why we set up A3Vest? Okay, who wants to get out of rat race? Or who is still in rat race? No one. Who is still in rat race? I only see 2 hands. Okay, do you want to get out of rat race? So, but how? This question, actually a lot of people have this question and always want to get out of the rat race, but they don't know how. So over here in A3Vest, we will show you how. Okay? Before you can get out of rat race, you must build your passive income. What is passive income? What is passive income?
Passive income, you sleep also money come.
Sleep also money come. Okay. Kind of correct. Okay. So you get an income while you sleep.
Money work.
But this income, yes, money work for you. So, but this income must be able to sustain your expenses. So that is called passive. So how to build this passive income? Last time I don't know how. But since I joined the company, I found out how. And I have moved forward with these steps. Okay, I'm going to show you step by step. First, of course, you have to join us as a member, join our community, as low as $198 only. $198, you can come as many times as you want for our foundation class until you get your foundation very concrete. Okay, you already know what you are doing. You know how to buy and sell crypto. You know what is crypto. You know how to transfer crypto. You know how to buy crypto. That is where you make your first profit. Okay, as you go along, this is where you will start crypto. Okay, anyway, just to share with you, this foundation class of $198 consists of 2 modules. These 2 modules are online, whereby you can actually read or even listen to it, because we have audiobook and flip books online for you to understand more about first module, 10 different investments. We will explain to you the 10 different investments, 5 traditional ones and 5 new alternative investments. From here, we will explain how much you need to fund in for each investment, how long you need to wait, how much you can make. And then from there, out of the 10, choose one that suits you best. Okay? Then after that, module 2, we will still start you with blockchain. Why blockchain? Because we will start you with crypto first. Why crypto first? Okay, let me share the 10 different investments that we have online. 5 traditional investments. What can you think of? Traditional investments. Correct, stocks and shares. Okay, gold, commodities, correct. What else? Forex is under new alternative. So it's fixed deposit, property. What else? One more. The older the older kind of investments. Fixed deposit is one of them, correct. Bonds. Bonds. So nowadays, do you still go into fixed deposit for bonds? No. So these are the traditional ones. Now the new alternative. Just now, like you mentioned, Forex, unit trust, options. What else? Stocks is the older one. Though now they still have that, but cryptocurrency, correct. What else? No, that's not one of them. I know you want to be there, but yeah, it's not part of it. Yeah. Binary options. You heard of? Yeah, so these are the new ones that a lot of the people are doing right now. So out of the 10, why do we start with crypto first? Why? Make a guess. Again? It's not the popularity. It's more of the small capital. Correct. Because a lot of people do not, or I should say, are not willing to risk too much of their savings. So if today I tell you, let's go into stocks and share, what's the minimum to start? 10,000? 1,000? 1,000. This is now. Back then, before this new company started this year, back then, can you start stocks and share with 1,000? What's the minimum? 5,000 to 10,000. Correct. So that is what you must be able to risk. But honestly speaking, with $1,000, how much can you make? Not much. But here in crypto, with $1,000, you can make substantial amounts. $1,000, 20%. How much is that? 200. 40%, 400. Is that better than shares? That is why I say substantial. Okay. So, but if you are willing to take out $10,000, it's even more, right? But in the market, I can be very sure not everyone willing to risk $10,000. Okay. So here, with $100, you can start. You don't even need $1,000. Okay. So that is why over here we start with crypto first. Low capital, substantial profits. Okay, then you can do compounding in your wallet itself. So example, $100, let's say you make $50 a month. The next month you have $150. You make another 50%, let's say $75, right? That's how you keep compounding until the end of the year. You will be able to grow your little small pot into something. Okay, so from there, when you start to have additional income of 10,000 and above, we will actually teach you how to go into stocks and shares. Only with $10,000, then you can see a bit of money from stocks and shares. And this will be a yearly dividend or maybe half a year dividend. So now you have one income, two income. Correct. Okay. Slowly build your portfolio till you hit 50,000 and will bring you into property. So today, if I tell you I'm going to start a property class, do you think anybody will join me?
No.
That's everybody's thoughts. No money. You see? So that's why here you need to start with 50,000. But by the time you come to this tool, you already have this additional 50,000 to start with. So can you go into property? Yes, that's how we actually prepare you and bring you into property. To start with residential, not HDB, yeah? It is condo, private, okay? Then we go into industrial, commercial, shop houses, and even co-living. Okay, but here you need at least 50,000 to start. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3. Now I have got 3 passive income. Over here, I do the trade on my own. Stocks and shares, I have a yearly dividend. Property, I have a monthly rental income. Okay, next, we will actually have our own digital bank. It's called AMDG Bank. So what is digital bank? Again? Virtual, yes. Online. Digital bank. Digital bank. Okay, so digital bank is only for you to keep your digital assets. What is digital assets?
Crypto.
Crypto. This is where we started. So by the time we reach the end of this year, all of us here will hold many different type of crypto. Ask the ones that already started trading. How many crypto do you have? How many different type of cryptos do you have? Your hand cannot finish counting, right? So that is the reason why we will have our own digital bank. So let's say with your fiat money, your currency right now, where do you keep?
Post office.
Bank,
Bank.
correct, banks. How about your crypto? It's also your asset. Where do you keep?
Digital
Wallet only, digital wallet. So if we have our own digital bank that can give you reasonable yield or returns on a monthly basis or a yearly basis, would that be good compared to the wallet that you have now that do not pay you a single cent? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I've got 4 income. Enough for me to get out of my rat race?
Yeah.
That is how we actually build our passive income and get you out of the rat race. With multiple streams of income, not one. But with all this in line, you are still doing this.
Yes.
Still, all the way, okay, without fail. Okay, so that is how you actually come out of that race, and that is how I actually also leave that behind. And here I am. Okay, so this is our foundation course there, the 5 traditional, the 5 alternative, the new alternative. So we will start with module 2, blockchain. Why blockchain first? Because that is the skeleton of everything in crypto. Okay, so you must read this online or listen to it because they have an audio book, so you can just on it and just listen to it, go through it. For module 1, there's about 140 over pages. For module 2 is about 70 to 80 pages. Okay, so with this $198, it's not only these 2 modules that you get. You actually have a live class here with us to learn how to set up exchanges, to learn how to buy and sell crypto, and earn what I showed you earlier on, the track records that what they have done. Okay, so you keep coming back until you can do it. That's the catch. Okay, so after that, when you are very good with your foundation, we will move on to basic. Basic will be 248. So don't worry about this 248 because by then you will have made back your $198 and also this 248 to move on. Okay, so when you come to this basic class, we will teach you more about swap. That is another part of crypto. So same, you also don't need a lot to start. Okay, small amount, but you make. Remember just now my track records, there are some that is how many times instead of the percentage, right? You can make 5 times, 2.8 times, 1.8 times. Only the swap can do the multiplication of tokens. Okay, so this is the second level, but the swap is a lot more complicated, right? Yeah, so that's why you must get your foundation up and strong. Then you can come into swap. Otherwise, you will be very lost. So we will only go step by step. Those who are ready will come on with us to the next level. Okay, so just to share with you, the $198 that you saw just now, the module 1 and 2, right, actually do not consist of the live class here, but we actually brought it forward so that the people can start to earn. It's supposed to be 3 and 4. You will see all the notes here. If those who are with me, they will know. I've already gone through all these topics in class, here in class, but it's a brief one. I won't be able to go through the detailed one. So please do go and study on this in detail. Okay, spend some time, read up. Okay, after that, then we'll go into the intermediate. Intermediate is only $743. Okay, this will be the in-depth of fintech, crypto exchanges, crypto trading. So this is where the futures trading, the margin trading will come in. Okay, next, last, module 8 and 9. So 8 is defined, decentralized finance. Okay, and then 9 is our digital bank. Okay, so this is where we'll cover in full. So after that, then we will go into stocks and shares, property. Okay, so we will have a lot to cover, but do not think so far. We start off with what? Our basic, our foundation first. Okay, get your foundation up. So I will still start with cryptocurrency no matter what because of the low capital. Who is willing to risk 10,000 here? Huh? Nobody raise hand. 5,000. No hands. 1,000. Still no hands. Then how much? 100. 500, 500, 500, 500. Still no hands. 100 can or not? 100. Still no hands. Okay. So I guess you're not going to start. No matter what, start with something. Then you will know how it goes, how it is. Okay. So before you start, I need you to go through this. Understanding yourself. It's not for me to understand you, but it's for you to understand yourself. Okay, risk profiling. What risk are you? What risk a person you are? Low risk, low medium, medium risk, medium high, high risk. There are 5 categories. So later on, you will do a questionnaire. So you will be able to know which level of risk are you at. Okay. First, your capital. Just now I just asked, nobody raised hand at all. So how much capital are you willing to risk? How much return do you want? Okay, now you have seen the track record, right? Let's go through together. How many percent do you expect per week?
5%.
5%. Ruby, how many percent per week? 10%. How about you? 10. You? 10. 10. 8. Yourself per week. Pardon? 10. How about you, sir? Your expectation. Your expectation.
10%.
10. See? That's why everyone is different. Pardon? No. The thing is, how many percent do you expect? Okay, now is how much you expect, right? Next, how long can you wait? Or how long do you expect to make this 5%, 10%? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? That's the question. Okay, then from there, you will know whether are you a speculator or an investor. Then we will tell you how to trade, how you should trade as a person of what your risk is and what tokens to trade, how many percent. Okay, so if you have a lot of A's later on when you do the questionnaire, right? You are a DCA person. What is DCA? Who can remember? Dollar cost averaging. Okay, DCA. Value investing, growth investing, small cap investing. Can understand? Can So if you have a lot of A's, DCA, if you have a lot of B's, you're under value investing. A lot of C, growth investing, a lot of D, small cap investing. Anyway, we will send you the evaluation report. You can take a look. Okay? So, yes, in class, we will cover this as well. Technical analysis, 4 market phases. This is the accumulation, markup, distribution, markdown. If you were to see the chart, it will look like this. Have you seen this chart before? Those who are new, maybe not, yeah. So if you start to trade, it's very common for you to see a chart like this. So we have to know what phase are we at. Accumulation, distribution, this is the markup, this is the markdown. Accumulation is always a cycle. Okay. There, phase A, B, C, D, and E. And this is the what? Resistance line, support line. We will touch this and actually go through this in class. That's why the Saturday class is very intensive. It's from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you cannot fully absorb, do come back again and again until you can understand. Okay, so every Saturday we have that class here. Okay, okay, this is coin market cap. This is to actually show you how we look for tokens to purchase, how we actually gauge. So this is the 24-hour movement, 7 days movement. This is the volume. Okay, so there are quite a number of factors that we look into. Okay, there. These are some of the tokens that we use. Then big, do you remember just now we have big? Okay, so any questions for now? Questions from the new ones or questions? How technical is it? What do you mean? Yes, we do have to read graph at times, but I would say if they can do it, anybody can do it. Because we have a community inside a group chat whereby they will do the discussion, like they will maybe give a guide when it is at the lowest and when it's at the highest. So we sell off at the highest, we buy in at the lowest, but we will never catch it at the lowest. No, we will not say buy. We will only tell you that where is the next lowest, how much is the next lowest. So you will do a gauge to buy in slightly above. We will also teach you how to gauge this when you come for class. By reading the chart. That's why just now the last two charts are very important. That is where we will also teach you how to read. Yeah, we also have people in the group chat that gives you such a guide. When is the lowest or when is it reaching the highest? Then see how greedy you are lah. If you think you're very greedy, you want to wait for the highest, then you wait off. If you're not greedy, within the 5 to 10%, queue and sell it off. And then wait for the next drop, buy in again, goes up, sell it off again. That is what you're supposed to do on a weekly basis. Different tokens. Yeah. Bitcoin is one of the token. Yeah. Yep.
So when you will start doing this trading, this monitoring everything, during the night time when you are similar time with US?
No, it's anytime. Anytime, 24/7. 24/7, yes. Binance. Huobi. Binance and Huobi.